Hello, happy Thursday. My name is Miles Bassett, and this is Ask Wildman, an open Q&A produced by Wildman Web Solutions. We are a digital marketing agency based in Lawrence, Kansas. We specialize working with small businesses and getting them online and helping them to leverage their online presence and technology in general to grow and achieve their goals. My team and I are on here live streaming to our Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn accounts to answer your questions. So again, this is an open Q&A. If you have any questions about technology, marketing, business, or if you just want to ask us how our day is going, please throw your questions in the comments below. We will be watching those and answering them as they come up. We also address questions that come up in our conversations with clients and other members of our business community here in Lawrence, Kansas, in hopes that it is helpful for anyone out there watching this. A lot of people have the same questions, are running into the same problems, and hopefully we can help to address those. So we're going to go ahead and get going. We've got a quick show today, but an action-packed show today. We've got some really important things to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my partner, Mike Hanna, to help me with all of that info. Mike, here we go. There you are. Hi, Mike.
Hello, Miles. How the heck are we doing today?
I am doing good. You know, it's always fun bringing you into the show because I click the button to do the camera flip, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Sometimes it's instant, and sometimes it's like 3 seconds later, and then there's a mic.
So. That's right. Well, we're lightning quick today, apparently. So
anyway, yeah, so Mike here is our Director of Sales and Marketing at Wildman Web Solutions. He is the advertising, sales, marketing specialist here. So he kind of covers that side of the house. I am the technology side as a former professional software engineer, and I guess still current, working on our own stuff here, as well as the captain of the ship here at Wildman Web. So I can take some of those website development, search, whatever kind of technical questions. And if you have any questions, please throw those in the comments below, and we'll try to address them either in the comments in the show, or we can email you back. If you're not catching us live, please send your questions into askwildman@wildmanweb.com. I have that email address scrolling below me in that little crawler. And we can either answer your questions there, or more likely we'll use your questions in next week's show. So make sure to check back here. We're doing this every Thursday at noon as of now. And give this a like, share, follow, help us reach more people and answer some more questions. With that, I'm going to go ahead and launch in today's subject. We wanted to talk about a very important aspect of getting your business online. I think it's probably number one, number two, one of the very first things that businesses should be doing in order to get themselves online. And that's getting yourself established on Google, more specifically the Google My Business listing, or I guess it was Google My Business. They've just rebranded it into the Google Business Profile. This is the thing that you see when you search for a business and they pop up on a map listing there, or if you search for their name specifically, you'll see over on the right-hand side, there's a card that has some images from them and a bunch of general information, a link to their website and reviews and stuff. That is the business listing. That's the Google Business Profile. You have to get that set up in order for that to show up for you. It doesn't just automatically happen. And there are some really awesome things that you as a small business owner can be doing on this free service to get a bunch of return, to get a better performing listing. And so we wanted to address some of that. Again, if you have any questions on this, or you have your own experience, you want to share your 2 cents, throw those in the comments below. So just to kick things off, Mike, I want to let you jump in and talk about this. I know you've had a conversation, at least one conversation just in the last couple of days with some of our clients about this. It's one of the reasons we really wanted to discuss this. I also think that the Google Business Profile is right up there with getting your own website as far as, you know, in the list of priorities and getting your business online. So I'm going to give you a chance to talk about it from the marketing perspective.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the main thing is the importance of this. Not only do you want to be listed on the map. I mean, you obviously you want to be on the map, but you want to, you know, just like your other listings, just like your SEO and your other search rankings, you want to be ahead of your competition. And so that's what, you know, really this spurred this conversation was, you know, most people are already listed, but how do I become in the, you know, the top tier, if you will, of those who are listed? How do I get my service above somebody else's? And a lot of that just has come down to, managing the account properly. And, that could be as simple as, I think some of the things you're going to get into on the listing SEO side, but also creating content and posting that to your Google My Business page, even, adding a different updated picture or something like that, for the map. I mean, those kind of things, I think oftentimes get overlooked. It's something that anybody can do. You don't need to hire an agency to do that kind of thing. But something that you may want to hire an agency to do would be on the Google Ads side of thing, because you can use Google Ads to, just like you can on the regular Google search results, to kind of insert yourself up there at the top portion of the Google map or the Google My Business listings. And that could be a quick win for somebody who is maybe a new business, who hasn't had that bank, if you will, of great SEO over the years. And so it's going to take them a while to organically climb over competition. Running Google Ads in your Google My Business setting can be very, very influential and get you great results. The other thing I wanted to point out here too, Miles, and then I'll let you talk about. Actually, I have two more things to point out, and then I'll let you talk about the SEO.
We can bounce back and forth.
In the listing side of it. Well, don't let me forget to talk about the big picture, the Google update. But the other thing I wanted to point out was two quick things on Google Ads. Local services. Local service ads are something that if you are a local service provider, you need to be looking into that. And like I said, maybe you want to hire an agency to do it. Maybe you want to figure out to do it yourself. But if you haven't already looked into that and created a budget of how to do that, you need to be doing that. And then something else more specific to the Google Maps are location ads. And this is something that if I'm a local restaurateur, for example, I would definitely be doing. I maybe would even be doing it against my competitor, if you catch my drift. But this can be an ad that Google will place at the top of a search result based on keywords. And then when somebody hits that ad, it will actually open up in Google Maps and give that person directions right to your restaurant. Obviously, this works for any kind of destination place, but that is a really, really key tool that I don't see a lot of local businesses, at least around here, doing. But what that can do is, especially if you target your competitors, they can find out real quickly, oh, actually, I can get a sandwich 2 miles closer to where I am right now. And they've never thought of you until right then. And so that can be a really big win. We actually had somebody doing that in a different market to great success. So I hope somebody takes that advice and runs with it. I'll toss it back over to you, Miles, so we can stay on topic right here. But don't let me forget the big picture Google update here after you're done talking about Google Maps.
Awesome. Yeah. And there are a couple of things that we want to talk about here. Maybe it might behoove us to take a moment and just kind of break down the geography of the search page so we know what we're talking about here. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and show this here. So this should look familiar for anyone out there who has done a search. If you look for a business specifically, I just typed in Wildman Web Solutions into Google. Of course, this pops up. This is the Google business listing that we're talking about over here. So it immediately shows you a couple of pictures, whatever they've uploaded there, street view, map, so you can get there, website link, directions link. Sometimes they have a phone button here to call them. Gives you a bunch of information about where they are and how you can book appointments with them. We have our appointment booking link right here. Questions and answers, Q&As here, reviews, all of this stuff, posts that we've done in there, social links, and related businesses. So this is your card here. This doesn't just pop up by default. I've had people come in and be like, hey, I started a business 6 months ago. I'm not showing up on Google. What happened? What gives? This is something you actually have to do. So you have to go out and claim your listing by going to business.google.com and then creating your listing there. Upload as much information as possible, all these pictures and all the information about what you provide. Answer as much as you can there. Put in as much information as is relevant for you. The more robust this listing is, the better Google is going to be able to serve you and show you to people who are actually searching. Now, not everyone is going to be searching for, obviously. So when you do search something a little bit more generic, I've got over here, Pizza Lawrence, Kansas. Here we can see the breakdown of what a normal search page looks like. So here at the top, you've got ads. That is people actually paying for Google ads up here. That's this whole block here. You can see ad, or sometimes it'll say sponsored. Kind of depends on the search engine you're looking at, but these are all the paid spots. Then you've got the map. You'll hear this referred to as the map, or the map pack, or the snack pack. I don't know why that third one, but here you can see the top 3 that show up here, a couple of listings here on the map. And if you want to go to more of a geography-based search here, you can click here and it'll take you over to Google Maps with a similar search. And then below that, you have the organic listings, the organic rankings. So this is these are not paid for places. This is not a map-based anything. These are just whatever the actual search turns up. So that's the basic, the breakdown of a search page.
And Miles, was there an ad there in the top 3 map or map listings?
That is important to note that you can also buy a map ad. So up here, this is just a basic Google ad. You can have an ad right here in the map. So this top one here would say sponsored or an ad or something. You're buying this top spot.
And that's what I was referencing, is that could be a really great quick win for somebody who doesn't have that longevity of SEO in order to get a great listing on the map like that. So, but yeah, it looks like there's an opportunity there for any pizza places in Lawrence.
There you go. Yeah, so I just wanted to break that down real quick and show the anatomy of the search page so people knew what we were talking about. And this is the breakdown of search. On the organic side, it takes a long time to get yourself to show up for these searches. If you have a brand new website, brand new business, or you just really haven't emphasized your online presence very well, then it can take a long time to sort of climb through the ranks there. And also a lot of effort. You're either doing a lot yourself, or you're paying someone else to do that, paying an agency or a specialist to do search engine optimization. It'll help you to climb up those ranks, but there's no way around doing that the long way. There's only the long way around there. On the ad side of things, once you start paying for the ad, then you're popping up immediately right there at the top of the map or the top of the searches for whatever keywords you happen to be targeting. Now, you may have to pay a lot in order to stand out over your competitors or get ranked on the keywords that you want to show up for, but it is immediate. So that is a really good balance to have there. I also wanted to point out the Google Business listing and show you how much information was there. I think a lot of people just do the bare minimum there. They put, here's my business name, I'm in this category, done. Google Business done. Maybe they put a little bit of effort into getting some reviews there, which I think is very much an underutilized feature there. But Google has been adding to this and building this out for a long time. I don't know if anyone remembers them doing Google Plus and doing this whole like social media play. Didn't work, but they kind of folded a lot of those features into the Google Business listing. So you can really do a whole lot more with this listing than you used to be able to do. I pointed out the questions and answers there, for example. There's an FAQ section. You can go in and ask yourself these questions and then answer them. And it's a great opportunity to put more information out there about yourself, to leave maybe a bunch of strategically placed keywords in your questions and or answers there in order to help with the organic search of everything, or your organic search rankings. Filling out, you can put yourself in multiple business categories. You can have subcategories, primary and secondary categories, so that you show up for everything. I know we've had like general contractor clients that wanted to show up as a contractor and as a more specific thing, as an electrician or something. So adding in those secondary categories was very meaningful for them. The more information you can fill out there and the more valuable information you can put into that listing, the more you're going to show up in search. And the great thing about this is it's absolutely free. There's no reason for any business to not be listed on here. All you have to do is, again, go to business.google.com, fill out information about your business. They are going to want to go through a verification process to make sure that you actually exist. So oftentimes they'll actually send you a postcard in the mail with a verification code or something, and then you have to put that back in. Again, just verifying that you are who you say you are and where you say you are. So you need, at the very least, a place where you can receive mail at your business. This can be a home business if you're doing something like that. You're running something out of your home, or if you don't have a physical address, you just need somewhere that you can list as your primary location where you can receive mail. But yeah, this is a big untapped market for a lot of people who haven't gotten themselves listed on Google or haven't put the time and energy into filling out all of the extra stuff on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I wanted to emphasize posting to Google. Again, they were kind of trying to be a social media player there for a little bit, and they folded that feature into the Google business profiles. So you can post to your Google profile the same way as you would post to Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, putting up pictures and texts and links and videos about your services or upcoming events or anything going on there. This should hypothetically be a little bit more transactional posts. So you say you have a sale coming up, you have an event coming up. This is definitely where you want to post those things. Google likes seeing that you're posting to it, if nothing else, just to show that you are an active business, that you are doing something. There's something going on in this business. This is an active player in town. And this isn't like a defunct old business that's closed or something. If you're posting, you're showing Google that you're still in business and running strong. So post to Google, just like you're posting to Facebook and LinkedIn and all that stuff. It'll help your organic search and also gets your information out in front of a whole new market of people. So this ties over into the ad side of things, where you can, once you have this listing rock solid and lots of information up there, and you're starting to climb the ranks on the organic side, you can put a little bit of money into Google Ads or showing up on the maps or something like that, and just promote that listing in front of your competition.
Yeah, 100% there, Miles. I think the only thing we haven't covered that we could do a whole show on that's really important to this too is of course getting good reviews, preferably good ones.
Yeah.
That can also really help your map ranking, so to speak. And so I know that some people feel like it's pulling teeth, but it really can help you and jump that placement that you're going to find your business in.
Yeah, and on the reviews, we can talk a little bit more about this, maybe another show, but getting regular reviews.
Yeah.
So I know I've had people come to me saying, like, look, I've got 5 times more reviews than my competition. They're right next to me and they're showing up above me on search. What gives? But all of those reviews happened years ago. They haven't gotten anything recently. And their competitors, they might not have quite as many reviews or as positive reviews or anything, but they're more recent. And they're more regular. Maybe they're getting a couple of reviews a month, and that's, the last one came in yesterday. So Google is again going to see that as an active account, and they're going to see that as an active business, one that's actively receiving feedback from people searching and interacting with their Google listing. So it may be that they're prioritizing just people coming in and interacting with this listing regularly. So keep that in mind. It's not just about the quality of post or the number of posts you get out there, the quality of reviews or the number of reviews you have. You need people to be continually interacting with this listing in order to stay relevant in Google's eyes.
Yeah, and that's probably the key takeaway from this whole discussion is if you want a better Google listing, be active on it, be consistent with it, and water it and treat it like it's a growing plant, right? So
absolutely.
One last thing, Miles, I wanted to squeeze in before we wrap it up, and that is going back to specifically Google Ads a little bit, but Google made an announcement several weeks ago that I don't think that we've discussed on the show. Maybe we have. That ties into this, and that is that they once again delayed the complete phasing out of cookies, of third-party cookies. Originally, it was going to be sometime this year. Then it was going to be first quarter next year. And then we didn't know. Now they're saying 2024. So we've basically got a whole year. Now, of course, they've changed their mind like 5 times. So the point, though, here is that we still need to prepare for it. And you still need to have your strategy in place for a third-party cookie world that is not there anymore, because it is still going to happen. And of course, with the iOS 14 updates and things like that, things are still a little not as succinct as they were. What we should put it, maybe a little murky, I guess, especially over on the Facebook side. So you need to be preparing for this eventuality. But I didn't want anybody to think A, that they shouldn't put any more money into Google Ads because this was happening, or see that headline and think that they didn't need to be having an organic strategy around zero and first party data? The answer is yes to both. All right, that's all I got, Miles.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that we hit that and we got that update in there. If this is the first time you're hearing about this major Google update or our conversations about zero and first party data or anything like that, please go back. We've talked about this several times. Maybe we'll have to readdress this here in some upcoming shows or upcoming weeks. But it's a really important update. We try to stay on top of everything that's happening when social medias or social media companies or search engines or any of these big tech companies make any of these big updates. It's our job to stay on top of that and update you for it. So I'll use this opportunity for some shameless self-promotion. If you aren't following us already at Wildman Web on all of our social accounts, we post updates like this all the time. Just a little bit ago, we posted a major update about Google and how they're changing, how they're prioritizing some content and leaning into what they're calling helpful content or meaningful content. And it's really changing the game of SEO and organic content creation. We don't have time to go into all of those things here on this live stream, but we do written articles on our website. We post updates on our social media, again, written, and linking out to support articles from Google and Facebook and Apple and all of these big players that are changing the world underneath our feet. Again, we really put a lot of time and effort into trying to stay on top of this stuff so that you don't have to follow us at Wildman Web for all of those updates. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this show here today. Thank you all for joining us. Mike, thanks as always for your input. And we'll be back here again next Thursday at noon, live streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Until then, be wild.